Willie D Live.
Whose idea was it to shuffle the deck with the Ghetto Boys lineup? Yours or Jay's? Or was it collective effort?
I think it was everybody was feeling like when the wheels are smoothly turning, you know it. And then when there was artistic differences and the wheels weren't smoothly turning and we were in recording and it just wasn't clicking like it should. So at that point, we just talk it over like normal. Jay said, this is like pulling wisdom teeth to get this done. And it shouldn't be this way. It wasn't this way before, and I said, well, I wasn't actually in the studio at that time on a daily basis. I started running mostly the business end of it. So I said, well, let me come to the studio and spend a week or 2. And so I came down to the studio and I told James, I don't know what to do with this. What you're saying, it's just not clicking. So he said, what do you think about changing the lineup? I said, what do you think? It's your call. And he said, well, I'm calling it. And so he changed the lineup. But I think that the Ghetto Boys weren't feeling it either. I mean, everybody knew it wasn't. You could tell when you're pounding a round peg in a square hole.
Yeah.
I mean, you know it. Everybody knows it.
Yeah. Because I know Johnny C wasn't feeling it because
it wasn't the artistic direction.
When he started switching it up, because when Jay asked me to write a couple songs for the new album, because you remember y'all originally signed me as a solo artist. So when I wrote Let Her Ho Be a Ho and Do It Like a Geo, Johnny C was not feeling that. He was like, well, especially not Let Her Ho Be a Ho. He was like, I'm not rapping that. But it was.
You know what the main problem with it for him is?
Well, he was married.
Beyond that, because even if you change the lyrics up.
Yeah.
Because the artistically, he was going with more of a East Coast and faster vibe. So it was just the cadence. He was speeding up over time. So like his recordings on Making Trouble, that was a stretch for him to slow down to the point where, and there's a difference in Southern rap, usually slower cadence. And that was the bottom of his level. And then by the time you get to Let a Ho Be a Ho, it's even slower than that. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I can't do this. Mm. It's just not in me I'm the wrong artist to do this.
Yeah.
And so it just wasn't, he said, I'm really fighting against the grain. He was fighting against the grain during Making Trouble. Mm. And during Making Trouble, we would have, conversations, and I would just tell him, just do it the best you can. Just, bear with it. And because he wanted to go, they had a lot of songs that were recorded that didn't fit in with Making Trouble that were much faster paced. And this stuff was good, but it was just stuff that didn't go together. And so we're going to explore doing a different record and putting that stuff on a different record. But then how you do that in the context of Ghetto Boys. So it was always something that was in flux, but we pulled through on Making Trouble, and everybody was still feeling like they were in the zone, but just, but it was a little bit forced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doug, how much did Doug contribute to Making Trouble?
Doug didn't come till after Making Trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, or maybe at the tail end of Making Trouble. I can't remember, but not much. Doug stepped in. Yeah. That was, Making Trouble was me.
Yeah.
Primarily.
Right.